We finally got some movement with the Detroit Lions in free agency. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome back to Detroit Lions Syndicate. You already know what we do on this channel. We talk all things Detroit Lions, so subscribe and ring that notification bell so you won't miss an upload. The Detroit Lions decided not to take a flyer on wide receiver Robert Woods, who was traded to the Tennessee Titans for a 2023 sixth-round pick. As you guys know, I made a video a couple days ago, very high on Robert Woods, his ability to play with Jared Goff and make him even more comfortable than he was already getting with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Josh Reynolds. And I don't know if Brad Holmes tried to even get Robert Woods, but Robert Woods, he did have a $15 million cap hit. I would have been okay trying to figure that out. What is the cap? The cap doesn't really matter in the NFL. We can see moves that everybody else is making but us. They disregard the cap, so I'm not saying that I wanted us to go over the cap, but I think Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell could have worked something out. Got Robert Woods for a sixth-round pick in 2023, so we missed out on that one. And after a very, very quiet week one of free agency, signing 10 of our 13 free agents and bringing 2 in, DJ Chark and the tight end that I don't even know his name, we are making some type of move when it comes to free agency, bringing in Arden Key from the San Francisco 49ers. Now, Arden is coming off a career-high 6.5 sacks. Those seem to be the guys that we kind of hover around, those 6.5, 7.5 sack guys, coming off that career year in San Francisco. After spending 3 years with the Raiders, signed a 1-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers. Now, here's the thing. If we decide to bring in Arden, what does that mean for our defensive end help when it comes to the draft? A lot of people think that Aiden Hutchinson will go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They will opt for the defensive end over an offensive lineman. That will leave us with Kayvon Thibodeau and up. Our sack leader for 2020, Romeo O, will be coming off that Achilles injury, same as Jeff Okudah and a lot of other people in the NFL trying to come back. So will Arden be, if we do decide to sign Arden, will he be a key component to our defensive line? Bringing in Arden is cool for a workout. If we decide to sign him, that is cool as well. Did the Lions tip their hand when it comes to the NFL draft? I don't think that anybody right now is really tipping any type of hand. I said this in Saturday's video, that the Lions are in a great position to trade back in the 2022 NFL draft. Reports are coming out today that the Atlanta Falcons are going to part ways with Matt Ryan, and they will need a quarterback as well. Now, they pick after the Carolina Panthers, after the New York Giants, so they will need a quarterback. The Carolina Panthers still need a quarterback, and although the New York Giants say that they are going to commit to Daniel Jones, we also heard that Russell Wilson was going to stay in Seattle, and according to Pete Carroll, they were not interested in trading him, and a week later, he was traded. So, again, Arden will help the defensive line, but I don't think he's the be-all, end-all to decide what we take in the NFL draft. As the 2022 NFL draft approaches, I'm very intrigued by this whole situation. Last year, the San Francisco 49ers traded up to number 3 before the draft even took place. We're not talking about the day of. We're talking about several weeks in advance. It was already known and had already been done that the 49ers would come up and take that number 3 spot. I think they traded with Miami at the time. So a deal could be done before the draft even happens. A lot of folks think that there is no QB worth trading up to get and that the Lions' chances at a trade back are slim. But the more you look at this, the better their chances are. Last year, we had the most highly touted quarterback class that I think I've ever seen. And a lot of people missed out on those draft picks. The Atlanta Falcons decided to take Kyle Pitts over a franchise quarterback. They could have taken Justin Fields. A lot of people, they could have taken Mac Jones, but they decided to go with Kyle Pitts. Now, if they trade this, they're going to need a quarterback. It appears as though nobody wants to touch Baker Mayfield. And honestly, outside of Jared Goff, he's the only one left that probably has any semblance of a starting quarterback. We know that Brad Holmes' first priority is always to trade back. And after the lack of free agency moves, bringing people from outside the organization in, I would not put it past the Detroit Lions to trade back. So keep your eye on a trade back scenario. I mentioned this in Saturday's video. There are a handful of teams that are looking for a quarterback. The thing about it is, do they value Malik Willis over the rest of them? You never know what can happen. Here it is that Kenny Pickett, when his hands were remeasured, they said that they were bigger than they appeared than they measured at the combine. I don't know how that's possible, but you never know what can change between now and the NFL draft. So leave it in the comments below. How do you feel about the Detroit Lions passing on Robert Woods for a 6th-round pick in 2023? How do you feel about the potential of Arden Key coming into our defensive line? How realistic is a trade back scenario for the Detroit Lions? Leave it in the comments below. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. On our push to 1,400 subscribers, you guys can help us do that. You guys stay awesome, and as usual, go Lions.